Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an Ltg. It's a Tier 7 Soviet light tank. It's located on the south border of Murovanka and it's under the command of Apache 6467 of REBRN. Well, this is a rather unusual tank. It's very flat, as you can see, and that's because all the personnel are actually in the turret. And the turret is slightly larger than normal. Oh, and he just got fired on by a KV-1. Luckily, no team damage, so no damage done. The driver actually sits in a raised turret with a sort of like cupola, which has actually got the viewports in, and he stays facing the direction of travel whilst the rest of the crew revolve basically around wherever the turret's looking. So he's always looking forward, even if they are looking in a totally different direction. So kind of unusual. Okay, 85mm gun. He's capable of doing 180 alpha, penetrating 144mm of armor. But the unusual thing about that is, of course, that this tank did not actually have this gun. It didn't have an 85mm. It actually had a 57mm and a 76mm, but it did not have the 57. And unfortunately, its whole fuel tanks have been hit. They are located in the front of the vehicle, as well as some of the ammunition. And, well, he's lost a fair number of hit points, but he put damage onto that MT-25, and he doesn't really have a very good fire rate. He's fast, but he just doesn't have a good fire rate. He did manage to get a round in there for 105, and that's a nice big hit there. Next shot will kill that MT-25, and he knows it. There you go, he's gone. First kill. And an AMD's come down here. He's parking, taking shots at us whilst we were engaged with the MT-25, but he's now about to be departed. Yeah, and he's gone. 2 kills. Now, it's moderately fast, this tank, but it is kind of very flat and very difficult to see. It's only really the turret that stands out. Okay, so he put a round into the T-34. Now, he is a top-tier tank, and he is doing a fair bit of damage to the enemy. To take a huge clout there from that T-34, 127. And oh, he's just been tracked by the T-150. He's locked on, and he's only firing standard AP because he doesn't carry APCR. And he's just trying to outturn the T-150's turret. He's got a poor turret rotation of the T-150. And so he can stay the opposite side, so the T-150 can't do anything. And that's his 3rd kill. Okay, over there we've got an AT-8, but he's too far away to do any damage. The Bishop, well, he's about to die anyway. Over here we've got a KV-1 and an IS-2 shielded. Now there's 3 Arty in this game on each side. And I think what he's going to try and do now, oh, he's trying to take out the KV-1. That might not be a good idea with such low hit points. It's attracted the KV-1's attention. He fires a round in and gets taken out. Yeah. Bad news. That KV-1 actually had the 85mm gun as well. And, well, he was more than capable of taking out Apache. But it looks like the enemy is going to lose. They're down to just 2 tanks now. And, well, there's 10 on his team fighting back. So, yeah, it's only a matter of time. Oh, IS-2 went down. Not good. The enemy is putting up a fight. Whether or not that will continue, I don't know. The AT-8 just got stunned and hit by Arty, and the T-34 is going in behind him to start nailing his ass. No, don't try and ram it. Whatever you do, you'll lose hit points that way. Yeah. Not that thing. That thing's very, very big and solid. And Arty comes in, fires, and finishes the job. Thank goodness for no T damage, because otherwise that T-34 might have been out the game. So, yes, he was a little presumptive at the end. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. First class tanker for Apache 6467 in the Ltg. It's the first time he's had a first class tanker. He managed to get a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his vehicle, a Sharpshooter for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy, and Master Gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating hits in a row, a Duelist for killing 2 tanks who damaged him, and also a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly. But luckily he did pick up the high caliber. Well, he was, as he said, on a bit of a rampage, going from tank to tank, wiping them out. And yeah, he did reasonably well, but I think it was a bit too much to try and take on a KV-1, even at a distance, because that guy could have had the 57mm, he could have had the 85mm, and he still would have taken out Apache 647 with just 1 shot, because he was low on hit points. The win rate from the game was 9,505, which shows he was very, very good, but he said he got cocky at the end, and I agree with him. He was cocky, and 1 tank too many. If we look at the team scores, we can see he did get the highest damage in the game, 2,542 hit points. Next highest scorer was the M44 on the enemy team with 1,207, and after him it was the M44 on our team with 1,182, followed by the IS-2 shielded on the enemy team. When it came to kills, he was actually joint top with the M41, who got that final kill on the 88. So 3 kills apiece, 2 kills for the M44, Jagdpanther, IS-2 shielded, and 2 members of the enemy team, including the KV-1 that killed Apache. When it came to base XP, yes, he's got the top in all 3 columns, 1,073 base for him, 685 for the M44, and 629 for the IS-2 shielded. He fired 18 rounds, got 16 direct hits and 13 penetrations, 1 splash. Damage of 2,542 hit points, all of it at close range. Received 9 hits from the enemy, I'm afraid. 6 of them were penetrations, 3 non-penetrations. This was a light tank, so it's not really going to stand up very well to shells incoming. And so trying to take on heavy tanks and medium tanks and, well, just about everyone really is not a good idea under these circumstances. Sniping at them from a distance would be okay, but trying to take them on close in, yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. And he lost an awful lot of hit points during that game. 115 hit points of damage blocked by armor. Well, very little, isn't it, that was actually blocked, but it was enough for some of the time. 5 enemy vehicles spotted, 6 enemy vehicles damaged and 3 killed, and 614 hit points of spotting assist. He earned 44,108 credits from the game and got 80,000 for completing the mission. So his total was 124,108, and after ammunition resupply and repair, he actually walked away with 114,003 credits. So even if he had not earned the 80,000 credits extra, he still would have come away with a decent profit of 34,000. So a good game all the same. 1 bomb for getting the high caliber, 1,609 XP, times 2 for the first victory, took away 3,219 experience points altogether. So the Ltg, is it a good tank? Well, yes, it is actually. It's very, very flat, very small. It is actually decent. The only problem really is that 85mm gun. Although you can do 180 alpha with it, it would have been nice if Wargaming had actually given you the option of taking a 57mm gun, so you could do the sort of damage that the MT25 can do and other light tanks of the same ilk with a small gun, because it would be quite nice to just drive up and circle strafe anything and just assassinate it that way with a 57mm. With the long reload time of the 85mm, well, longish, it's not a hugely long reload time, but it is longish. That long reload time could be fatal if you came up against a tank which was able to compete with you on speed and maneuverability. And yeah, well, in this game he had a good one, but he made a bit of a mistake at the end. I think it shows that the Ltg is an interesting tank. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please, and thanks for watching.